Hey guys, in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about what percentage of guys will ever actually move out to the Philippines, or even visit for that matter. Stick around. Alright guys, I was in a discussion with a bunch of my friends the other day and we got to talking about how many people will actually come out to the Philippines to visit or even move to the Philippines. And I think the number is actually quite low. Talking to people and looking at comments throughout my channel and talking to other vloggers, I would say, and this is just an estimate, I would say about 25% of the people that watch my channel and other vloggers in the Philippines and Southeast Asia for that matter will ever actually make it out to the Philippines. Why? I think a few reasons. One, a lot of people just get into a habit and a routine in life, and it becomes so familiar that it is really hard to disrupt that and change everything and come out to a country and start all over again. For a lot of people, it's actually a scary thought. Now, I think this is the reason why there's a lot of ex-military living in the Philippines and throughout Southeast Asia. One, they are used to uprooting, throwing all their belongings in their duffel bag and moving on to the next duty station, leaving old friends behind and meeting new friends along the way. And so for that reason, I think there are a lot of military guys more here because they have some experience with that, and it's not as daunting to them to just pack everything up, leave everything behind, and move on. I think for a lot of people, the thought of selling your home that maybe you worked so hard for so many years, selling your house, getting rid of your possessions to come live in a country on the other side of the world is kind of a scary thing. And even for myself, I had military experience. I was used to saying goodbye to friends, meeting new friends, throwing my stuff into my duffel bag and moving on to the next duty station. But even so, I had worked with a company for 12 years. I had a nice secure, I had a 401k I was contributing with a nice company match. I had full benefits. I had a beautiful home, and I had a job that I enjoyed. It had a lot of stress, but I enjoyed it. I wasn't at retirement age. And I had a lot of my possessions that you just become comfortable with. And I got into a routine in my life where everything was familiar. I knew all my favorite places. You know, I would go here in the morning to grab a coffee, then I'd go to work, and for lunch I'd go grab a brisket sandwich at this place, and then I would go to work, and after work and on the weekends I'd go do this. And I had the same group of friends, you know, and everything was comfortable and familiar. And I think a lot of people, when it comes time to give that up, because you really are giving it up and just throwing it all away. You may not lose your friends and your family, but you might as well, because they're all the way on the other side of the world. So, chatting with them online is not quite the same thing. So, a lot of people will make the move where they come out and visit. That does happen. The amount of people, though, who will actually move here is a different story. Now, I think the people that will come out here and visit a couple times before, or 2, 3, 4 times before they would even consider moving, are the smart ones. I've known people who have not even visited the Philippines before, and they've sold everything, sold the house, sold the car, just because they watched a bunch of YouTube videos. Now, just because I like the Philippines, and I like Dumaguete, for example, and I like the way the culture is, doesn't mean somebody else will. You know, a lot of people may not like it at all. So you really do have to make your own decision. You got to make a few trips out here. My situation's a lot different than a lot of others because, one, I had a job waiting for me. And so things were a little bit different. I was coming into a job and they were providing my housing, and, you know, I had actually visited the Philippines for a month the year before. I had visited Thailand. And so I was kind of prepared. I kind of knew a little bit of what I was getting into. So again, I think the smart people are the ones that come out here and visit 2, 3, 4 times and then decide. They make their trial runs before they just uproot and sell everything. Don't even get me started on the guys who marry a girl without ever meeting. Now, I've known a few that have worked out, and that's fantastic. And when I say work out, well, it's maybe a year into it since the pandemic. They started doing these online marriages and ran into quite a few who would marry without ever meeting. Now, is it a success if it's only been a year so far? I don't know. I guess I wouldn't call that a success yet. Are things working out as of right now? Sure. So we could call it a success as of right now. But I knew so many. I think I know of about 5 or 6 that once they got here, oh, she's not the same person that I chatted with for hours online every day for over a year during the pandemic, But anyway, that's getting off on a tangent. But the thought of, I think the biggest thing is getting rid of your stuff is kind of a scary thing, especially when you've worked so long for your possessions. Now, for me, I've kind of adapted the life of a minimalist. Now, yes, I do own things now. In my entire time in the Philippines, I haven't done this, but I am in a different place now in my life with Maya. I've got a dining room table and I got a dining room set. I've got a sofa, a TV, a refrigerator. I've got, more clothes than I ever had. Do we collect knickknacks and other garbage? No. I'm still would consider myself a minimalist because I really have no emotional attachment to any of this stuff. I could easily, at a drop of a dime, just say, okay, let's put it all up on Facebook Marketplace and sell it, and I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. Even if I got 50% of what I paid for, 25% even. Of course I want more money than 25%, but if that's what it took to sell it all, and if I had to, then I would do it, and it really wouldn't mean that much to me anymore. I've gotten to that point in my life where things don't make me happy. What makes me happy now are travel, places I've seen, people that I've met, and relationships that I've met along the way with friends and Maya, and those are the things that I'm going to look back at. I'm not going to look back in life and say, wow, remember that 60-inch TV I had? High definition, 4K, smart TV. That thing was amazing. Man, do I miss that TV. No, I mean, there has been times where I've thought back, oh man, I wish I had my Jeep Wrangler again. Oh, I really miss that. But again, it's just a thing. And I think for a lot of people, they just can't let go of that stuff. It's very difficult for a lot of people. And a lot of people, I don't want to name any names, but there's a viewer who came out here, and the guy seems to be stuck, like he doesn't know what to do. He's like, how do I meet other foreigners? And if you come out here, you have to be a little bit of an extrovert. It is very easy to meet people and meet friends and meet Filipinos. You've got to put yourself out there a little bit, though. And so for some people who are maybe an introvert, that can be a little bit of a daunting thing as well, to go all the way across the world, especially maybe if you have a group of good friends already, and to change that all up, come all the way across the world and put yourself out there, meet new people, meet new friends, and it's a challenge for a lot of people. So guys, I'd like to hear your comments and everything. And if you guys want more videos, I have 80 additional videos on my patreon.com/Geo in the Philippines channel, where you get special access to consultations, t-shirts, coffee mugs, other benefits. Check that out today. And also you can head over also to YouTube membership and you can choose a membership and get benefits and exclusive videos as well. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. Don't forget to check out my website, geointhephilippines.com, for more information. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Questions, comments, down below. See ya.